Episode number 365.
When you dig into the stats, you see that there's more wealth on Facebook too. So all we do is we just send Facebook traffic to our LinkedIn profile. Keep it simple.
Wow.
Because that way I get around all the friggin' restrictions and chasing and all that sort of stuff. And it's blindingly simple, but it works.
Welcome to the Be Real Show with Travis Too Tall and Huff, where we talk about life, dreams, social media, and business.
Well, hello and welcome to the Be Real Show with Travis Too Tall and Huff. Folks, you know your boy is always fired up, ready to bring you a little fuego in your days, nights, weekends, or whenever you are listening to the show today. But after this show, folks, I think you're going to want to stop chasing clients. Stop trying to find out where these clients are and think about raising your prices at the same time. And also think about more deals coming to you. And we might sound crazy, but this gentleman does this on a big scale with entrepreneurs, solo entrepreneurs, successful business owners of all sorts and sizes. Mr. Mark Firth. Mark, are you ready to be real?
I am ready. Thank you, Travis, for inviting me on the show. I am enjoying it already. Normally, I'm the high energy, but
let's go,
today,
baby.
I'm conceding. I'm done, right?
Let's go. So just so you guys know a little bit more about Mark, he spent a large portion of his life working in the corporate world. Like myself, working at Disney, working at in the corporate job. We can talk about that. Working in London, and at some point, kind of felt like he was unfulfilled, and he wanted to create a bigger impact. Guys, we all know that. And now he basically said, hey, he took an extended break in Colombia, and now he's basically living there. We've been talking about that. He's living there for 10 years, but now he's more and more helping people and business owners, solo entrepreneurs, get those consistent qualified leads, find new clients through LinkedIn, using your own personal connections. And then a lot of times things that we don't even know, like your system, the emotional brand intelligence. But I'm really interested in talking about that. And take me back into your history, though, my man. Were you always into sales, business, selling things, etc.?
I mean, look, I went to university, or I guess you call it on the other side of the pond, college. My accent is British, and I don't think I ever said to myself, well, when I went to study business at university, I'm going to be in sales. I think more what I said to myself was, I have no idea what I want to do, but society's telling me I should go to college, and something that keeps the doors open is business. And I think that continued until after. Like, I don't know, like it seemed to be back when I graduated in 2003. If you didn't know what to do, someone would take you as a salesperson. So someone took me, and it's water under the bridge, and what happened. And here we go today in 2021, almost 18 years later. Yeah, still working it.
But it all comes back to creating those, if you want to call it consistent relationships, planting the seeds. My father would always say, as an accountant, it's kind of more traditional and more not really into growing and things like that. He's more in just, let the business grow on its own, which I think that speaks for itself, right? If you're really good at what you do, your business can grow. If you're an accountant, you can next thing you know, you're doing trust and you're doing bigger work, and it's based on the fact that you've been planting those seeds. But now, obviously, scaled up into 2021, we got digital, we got LinkedIn, we got a lot of ways to drive up that pipeline. Tell me, at what point did you think that, what was LinkedIn what point did you see the real, if you want to call it, pinnacle moment in LinkedIn?
So I think there's a broader point there, and if I may answer that, because look, when I started in sales, I was selling vending machines, right, and selling them to local gyms, and it was when Shrek was coming out. We used to have these blow-up donkeys, the donkey that we used to give as gifts, right? It wasn't like a glamorous sales role, but we were targeted to do 9 sales calls a day, so we had to just show up at people's places and convince them to have a call, and I hated it. But now I look back, I'm very grateful for that experience, because you actually get to see people's experience in real life, see how their face changes, learn how to speak to people and kind of adapt and get better at building relationships in real time. And I think I went on LinkedIn in 2009, and I think I did what a lot of people do and still do. They think just because there's a mouse here, a mouse click away, you can see all your ideal clients that can pay you money. Right. They think that for some reason they should change everything. They don't they don't treat them like human beings. But the reality is, despite them being online, despite them being thousands of them at a finger click away, you still got to treat them as human beings, whether that be at low volume or scale. And I think I saw the potential in it. I went on LinkedIn 2009, then had a few years out. And when I came back, I was like, hold on, this is a great opportunity to kind of build on what I've got. So I'm big on relationships, but equally I'm not big on spending a lot of time doing them. Do you know what I mean? It's that balance that I think that people are endlessly trying to find online, and we try our best to kind of deal with that. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. I mean, it's one person a day. I always say, you know, that's the most important thing. If you're not doing anything in outreach, one person a day, every day, 30 days a week, that's 360 people you touched. And if you do it authentically, not spammy, not, gimmicky, it comes off real genuine. Hey, man, just catching up, checked out some of your posts, like this, and this, you see you did some research. I think that a lot of times people forget it's just one person if you want to start there, right? Yeah,
totally. And something about LinkedIn, which a lot of people still miss, even in 2021 or whenever you're watching this in the future, I don't know, is certainly of now, something you can do on LinkedIn, which you can't do on a lot of platforms, is you can cross-reference the college you went to or the job you had for a long period of life. And if you haven't had any of them, I can't help you. I don't know what you've been doing. But anyway, job or
make one up, man. Start creating businesses. Start doing something.
You can cross-reference that with your ideal client. And my business actually got going by reaching out to people I went to college with and just connected with them, introduced myself. Because it's a formative period of our life, like people tend to have an affinity to get on conversations and calls and trust you. And
absolutely,
like, if you do anything, use LinkedIn for that. You don't need to go cold.
So smart. So obviously we all have networks. We know LinkedIn is the power of connections, and we talk about 6 connections to Kevin Bacon or some celebrity or whoever, right? But you're so right. I think we forget a lot of times we went to a college. For instance, I worked at Disney, Walt Disney Company. There's an alumni of Walt Disney employees that are not there anymore, and they're somewhere else. Maybe they're not working anywhere. Maybe they are working somewhere. But like you said, maybe some of these people will have that affinity because you guys at least have been working together. And then most importantly, Mark, like you mentioned, is college. If you're in college with these people, even if you were just running the rooms with them, and not necessarily seeing or building friendships with them, but you were in the trenches with them in college, catch up with these people, see what they're doing. At least try to, rehash things, and it doesn't hurt to start there. I think that's a very good point.
Yep. Big time. A lot of people miss it. There's so much. There's really no need to go cold on LinkedIn for most individual of around my age. I'm 40, and again, you might like 20 years of professional experience. There's no need to go cold. Like, you can go city, you can go company, like Walt Disney. That's an institution, Walt Disney. You can go college, you can go language. Like, there's endless things you can do. Charities,
right?
Yeah, and then people are just doing cold messages. I don't recommend that. That's all.
I get that. Just was like blows my mind when people are just spam botting accounts based on their hey, you have an investor in your profile. Hey, check out this pitch deck. I can't tell you how many pitch decks I get online. Hey, give me $100,000 on LinkedIn. Let me push this button and let me just send you some Bitcoin for the investment. It's funny.
I struggle with this, Travis, right? Because I do struggle with it, because one side of me says I don't want to criticize anybody that's trying to sell something, right?
Of course.
Because back when I started, but I'm with you on this, but back when I started, some of the stuff I did was terrible. So I always try and give people the benefit of the doubt. Absolutely. And you can see when someone's trying, but the ones you're describing, the pitch decks, this is people that should know better, right? Do you know what I mean?
Well, especially because they're, maybe asking for your money right there, and it's
exactly.
It's like there's a lot of things you need to start to do before you can get my dollars out of my pocket or get me to change my investments into you, because I'm already in something that's doing well. Why don't I need to go to something that just going to benefit you? It doesn't make sense, because most of the time they want you to lock your money up too. These are startups. These are people that are in the early seeds. So basically, you could basically light this money on fire. Let's just be real. It's equally, it could turn into something. It could turn into gold. You never know. But I love all investments, like you said, and I agree. As long as the person has good intentions, I think that you're trying. Yeah. But there's better ways. So let's talk about those better ways. What are the things that you see work the best?
All right. So what's working the best for us right now, believe it or not, is using Facebook ads to send people to LinkedIn. And let me explain why. Because a lot of people are like, well, what do you mean? Well, look, I'm tired of LinkedIn's restrictions. I'm tired of being reliant on the platform. I'm tired of the noise. So about a year ago, I started doing a lot of research. And when you actually dig into the research, what you find is very surprising. You find that the average user spends over 12 hours per month on Facebook. On LinkedIn, they spend 30 minutes, 28 minutes, which isn't even enough for my coffee to get cold, right?
Right.
But you also discover that people like to do business on LinkedIn, i.e. LinkedIn is a transactional platform. And people always go, but my market's not active on Facebook. And let me define what I mean by active. Look, active on Facebook doesn't mean they're talking politics in the feed and posting pictures of their breakfast and selfies at the gym. It means that they're actively have an account and scroll the feed, because if they have an account and scroll the feed for their local community groups, it's actually what Facebook, where you can get, these small business owners and medium businesses, not so much Fortune 100 and so forth, but certainly for people targeting small businesses.
Absolutely.
And more than that, when you dig into the stats, you see that there's more wealth on Facebook too. So all we do is we just send Facebook traffic to our LinkedIn profile. Keep it simple. Wow. Because that way I get around all the friggin' restrictions and chasing and all that sort of stuff. And it's blindingly simple, but it works.
And Facebook, you can do it with the less than, I think it's like they're trying to move the LinkedIn budget up to like $15 a day. I've been seeing on some campaigns on daily budgets on LinkedIn ads. So
I run LinkedIn ads as well. I run LinkedIn ads too.
Yeah. Right. So you like first starting the traffic from Facebook.
Yeah.
Is there a sweet spot as far as the targeting you use on the small business owner, just so we can kind of give?
So the way that I position myself in the marketplace, Travis, is I'm not interested in kind of business opportunity. And let me make sure our dictionaries are all matching. Business opportunities marketing is like start a business, get rich in 2 days whilst eating Doritos, right? That's not my crowd, right? My crowd is someone that's a bit more serious, B2B, and we don't really do anything different apart from use different language, different visualization. We're not dramatic. We're just a bit more serious, and Facebook has the power to pull people out when they do that. So that's all we really do. And the reason that Facebook is still much better than LinkedIn for top of funnel, let me define top of funnel, the initial first contact, is because of the stats I gave you. 2.8 billion users, I think, active users globally. I have to check them around that. Compared to LinkedIn, 200 something million active. Before you get angry, LinkedIn total is 800 something million. 28 minutes versus 12 hours. The basic supply and demand of an ad platform means there's not much supply on LinkedIn. So it's expensive and difficult to find them. So yes, we pixel them with LinkedIn as they come in and retarget on LinkedIn. And you probably, if you go to my website, I'm sorry, I'm going to apologize. You're going to see me all over, including LinkedIn. So
let's go, baby.
So that's how we do it. Yeah. And it works.
So you use Facebook top of funnel to the LinkedIn, and then from there, pixelate them, retarget them from there. And then if you go to the website, it's all over, baby. You're going to see them everywhere.
It has its limits. It won't work for like Fortune 100, because in Fortune 100, no one knows who makes it. So that's my background. We have committees and it's politics.
Well, dude, there's so many small business owners. There's so many small business owners.
Yeah. Because
that's the bread and butter, baby.
Yeah, that's my market, and it'll work for them. If the same individual you can reach makes the decision, it works. If the individual goes, oh no, that's Mary's, or no, I want a committee meeting, or no, I want to play politics, it's obviously not going to work. But if you can find the individual that makes the decision, you're in business.
Dude, that's a great strategy. I love that strategy. Woo! Let's go. Yeah. And what are the types of people that you find that you love working with, as far as obviously a lot of business owners out there, but is there any categories or certain types of?
I mean, overall, it's just an attitude, a get per go attitude. I'm direct, right? You can see I'm direct. But 100%. I tend to attract people that have got 10 to 15 years professional experience. That's not exclusive, but this is who I tend to attract. 10 to 15 years professional experience in some sort of career. They're aged between 40 and 60, and they're male or female. That's it.
Pretty simple on that, but that's very targeted still.
Yeah,
40 to 60, 10 to 15 years of experience. You've been in the game. You're not new to this.
Family values. That's the other thing. They want to get money for their kids, not to buy a Lamborghini. Nothing wrong with buying a Lamborghini. I'm just saying who I attract. Do you know what I mean?
I love that, dude. You got to put that out there. I mean, I think that's the most important thing about intention and about our marketing, positioning, how we position ourselves. Like you mentioned many times, I'm always about that too. Before you go slide someone $10,000 to build you some $100,000 automated eBay business or Amazon shop, learn that Amazon shop yourself, because that's your business. And put that money in first into yourself. And it takes time. It's not easy.
And you know the industry, right, Travis? It's a race to the bottom. If you want to go to business opportunity marketing, it's basically you get clients if you make the wildest promise. Right. I ain't prepared to go there. That's not me. My ethics and values don't permit it. I'm just like, this is how it is. Take it or leave it, you know?
Smart though, dude. Smart though. I mean, that's why I always, without interviewing 387 people, different souls and spirits on my show so far over the past 9 years is it's very interesting. You got to have those, kind of barriers or limits to the people you work with to really have success.
Yeah, I think it boils down to fundamentals. I'm a big fan of fundamentals, and a message cannot be compelling unless it's specific. It's that simple. And that sums it up. Message
cannot be compelling unless it is simple. The KISS method back in the day, marketing. Keep it simple, stupid. It still works, guys. It still works.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of stupid simple.
Let's go. I love this Facebook to LinkedIn profile strategy. But now, my man, we're about to take you into our top 10. Are you ready?
Yep.
Apple or Android?
Apple.
Netflix or YouTube?
Oh, YouTube. I'm a fan of physics videos, dude. I watch physics
Really?
Not like physics, like movement, like the universe.
Oh,
I'm obsessed with the universe and like our origin. That every night.
Me and my wife geek out on those shows, man. The universe. Same. It blows your mind when they start talking about there's as many galaxies as grains of sand on Earth. It's like,
I'm watching that. I'm watching those videos, right?
This is crazy.
I love them.
Oh, I do too, bro. It is amazing because of the technology we have now. We're learning so much.
And access to that. Yeah.
The entrepreneurs too are allowing this new space to be available. You know,
it's incredible.
Elon and Jeff Bezos competing, and I'm sure many other ones across the world. We continue to, rocket is a new thing, and find an asteroid full of gold and take it back home, baby. Let's go.
Yep.
Instagram or Facebook as far as social?
Facebook. I don't like dancing.
Let's go. No dancing. And chicken or steak if you're thinking about a good meal. Are you thinking about
steak?
Steak. That's my dude. Laptop or smartphone if you got to get out the door right now?
I try and hide my laptop. I need to buy my phone. I need to buy a lead tin. I'm laptop all the way because it's less. It's like we're on autopilot, right? Before you know it, the damn thing's in your hand and you're doing something you didn't want to be doing. It's just like,
why am I buying shit on Amazon? Why am I on eBay?
Yeah. You know when you're like driving down the freeway and before you know you've missed your exit and you're half an hour down. That's the level of autopilot they've got us on picking up the phone. So I'm not a fan of the phones.
Yeah, there's a book called Indistractable. It's a fabulous book. It's all about life hacking, the notifications and the pings and dings and things you can do because it's like you said, if we don't do it, the things want to just track us down and be on these damn things all day. So we have to literally push hard. As far as music goes, Spotify or Pandora?
I don't even know what Pandora is. I'm going to be honest.
Oh, okay. Pandora is the OG video platform, music platform out here in the United States, Northern America. But Spotify, you know what Spotify? Yeah, Spotify.
Yeah, I've got it on my desktop here, so I'm clearly Spotify. I like the motivational videos. I just listen to the motivational videos all day, right? Like they're brainwashing me in the right way.
I love motivational videos in the background, listening to motivational interviews, listening to even some meditation and binaural beats too is another one I like listening on Spotify because something about that when you want to get into the mindset and mojo. When you're thinking about vegging out with the family, movies or video games?
Oh, at the moment it's movies, but my son is about to turn 5. We're already.
He's about to get the video games.
Yeah. We're going over to the UK next month, and we're already thinking about getting the PlayStation over there.
I love it, dude. So that's awesome, brother. Yeah. Why not, dude? Embrace it. Maybe you have a little fun with them too. You know.
It's a bonding experience. It's everything in moderation. It's a bonding experience, and I get the educational ones to begin.
Absolutely. Like you said, everything in moderation. You're the parent, to be able to turn it off and spend time with them. It's cool, man. It's cool. My dad's cool. He's in the trenches with me, teaching me. Reading books or listening to books if you're thinking about knowledge.
Oh, I have a very specific pattern for that. I always listen to Audible when I'm exercising. I do it at the same time because kill two birds, one stone. Right. But if I love the book, I buy it.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So then you keep it and you'll have it on the bookshelf to be able to reread. I see you got a nice little bookshelf right there on the side.
I'm a massive reader. I love listening.
It's a really important thing to do, to be able to do both. But I think that's a good strategy because if you like the book, why not have it on the shelf, baby?
Yeah.
So next one is if you're thinking about investing. If you're thinking about investing outside the business, stocks, real estate, or I've been adding here crypto.
I've already got real estate in London, or as we call it, property.
Absolutely.
In parlance. I understand it. I've done it. I don't understand. I'm not saying an expert, but I understand it enough to do a bit more of it. The others, I'm learning. I've invested in stocks before, but first money would go in real estate once I get back to UK.
I love that because you understand it. It's a physical business, and I always say you can live in it too. That's the great thing about real estate.
Exactly.
Physically living it, home-based businesses, amazing. And because everyone deserves a vacation, especially after the crazy 2020. Oceans or lakes. Oceans or lakes. Which one would you choose?
Oh, I love the sea. I'm in Colombia here. We got the Caribbean coast. It's beautiful.
Beautiful coast. The most beautiful oceans, man. The Caribbean Ocean is so beautiful.
Yeah.
When you were waking up for your day, Mr. Mark, getting ready, pumped, energized. Why do you love being you?
Why do I love being? Because I'm alive. Like, I don't think there's anything. I think it's as simple. I think like appreciation and waking up the right way is as simple as being aware or unaware. If you're unaware, you can't appreciate that you're waking up every day to experience another day, and someone's not. You know what I mean?
Right. And breath, and just be able to have those moments, dude. It's so true. Being able to be close to your family. Do you think you'll ever retire from the game of consulting, entrepreneurship, helping people get these leads, baby, get these calls?
You know what? I've learned enough. Like, so I don't know. I've got no idea at the moment. No plans, but you know how quickly things change, and
100%.
We evolve, and we have life-changing experiences. I don't know is the truth. I don't know.
That's a good answer, actually, because I've had a lot of people say, hell no, I'm never going to do it. But I think the real truth is we don't know. Your mind can go, like I said, a big situation can happen, or you just are in the trenches forever, or you say someone comes by and says, hey, we want to buy your business, and it makes sense, and you just move on. You never know. It's a good point. And in life too, you got different motivations. Life changes. They say every 7 years we change, folks. And so,
like if I was to look back a decade, I mean, I would have never predicted where I'd be a decade ago. You know what I mean?
Yep. Every decade, baby, a decade at a time, a day at a time. How do you start your day? Do you have a routine on starting your day?
Meditation. So I'm big on meditation. I can be quite hyperactive. It's Friday afternoon, so I'm a bit lower energy than normal, but I like to try and get. Meditation keeps me grounded. It works for me. It works for some people, it doesn't for others. It just gives me, I think that, these days, like from the moment you get up to the moment you get to bed, there's some sort of signal or stimulus coming to you. And I think meditation is the only time when I get to control my programming, because unless I'm super aware, the ads, the news, it's like, that's important time for me because of that. I need to control that programming. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. The stuff that we put into our head, JB the Wizard, you know, he said, you got to control what messages come into your head. And if you're getting the wrong message, tune the channel to something different, or turn that damn device off, or use a meditation to clear the mind. Do you have a certain amount of time you do it for?
I do. I don't know if you know of Joe Dispenza. So I went to his week-long event with my wife last year, and I've been to another event. So they tend to be 45 minutes, and they're guided meditations.
That's a good amount of time, dude.
But they really work for me. They really. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I don't do it every day, but I try to.
Of course.
Sometimes, like if my son comes in like this morning with a cough, a stomach ache, I'm not going to go. No, I'm not going to look after you because I've got to do meditation. Life happens, right?
Life happens. So, you'll cut it short you'll cut it short for the kids. You'll make adjustments for things, but you try to stay consistent with the morning meditation. And
then I go for a run with my audiobook, which I already mentioned.
Nice. Do you go for a certain amount of time on running?
I try and do minimum 20 minutes. I'm not a long runner, but I try
sprints or try to run hard, go at a fast pace.
Like middle. I'm 40 years old. I mean, like my body won't go sprint, but it's fast for me. You know?
Hell yeah, dude! Yeah. It's a exercise, life, business. It's a marathon, baby. You can take those sprints, but you might not be able to take the next run. So go at a good pace.
I read the book from Tim Groover recently called Winning. He was the guy that coached Michael Jordan. And, And he said, life is a marathon, but it's a marathon of sprints. Because if you look at the marathon runners, they sprint a marathon. So there you go. There's no alternative perspective. It's a great book. Put
your foot into the work here. Once in a while, folks. Do you have a skill you're trying to master? Something to try to get better at?
The fundamentals. I just read the book by Ravikant Naval. I don't know how to pronounce. He's the founder of AngelList, and he He's big, and this is something I've always been big on, which is the fundamentals. I want to master the fundamentals. Like that's maybe why I'm attracted to the physics video, the psychology, the science, the principles that have been around for a long time. I believe if I master those, whether I stay in this field or whether I go to another field, I've got a solid foundation upon which to build. So that's what I try and do. I'm never going to be like obviously William Shakespeare, but I try and mix it up: culture, maths, science, and some of the what would be quote unquote pseudoscience, but I love that too, but I like to do that with the foundation of the principles. That's what I like to do.
Hey, what you like is the most important thing at the end of the day, right?
It's true. Yeah.
You can read whatever the hell you want. There's so many books, but like, why not read what you like and do what you like?
Exactly.
It's so important. Do you have a favorite app or a tool that helps you run your business, helps you kind of through your days?
Is it right to just go techie for a moment?
Of course, let's go.
So I'm just so happy at the moment because we used to have I'm talking 15, 20 pieces of software. We were like grand and a half. We had Calendly, we had ClickFunnels, we had ActiveCampaign, we had Jotforms, we had simple texting for texting, we had Pipedrive, we had a thing that attached into Pipedrive. I've just moved absolutely everything, including Kajabi we had as well, onto Go High Level, which we can actually customize it. So they allow you to white label it. I don't pretend that it's my SaaS, but they allow you to white label it, and we've customized it, and we now sell it to our clients on a monthly subscription as well, because our market, it's just everything in there. Everything is in there. And it's just so refreshing to just look at one thing for the whole day. All your metrics, everything in the client journey. SMS is there, CRM is there, landing pages, program. It's incredibly powerful. That's changed my life and business. It's so even like things that you don't think it make difference, like recruiting staff. Now I train them on one platform versus 17. Do you know what I mean?
100%. And those platforms are changing and they're limiting or making it better constantly, to the account, trying to charge you more to do the same shit they used to do last year. Or they're trying to, add you to do 10,000 more things. And I'm like, I don't even know how the hell to do here.
Yeah, exactly. So
good. Go High Level is a good one, but also you guys can find that, go to your website, which we'll give a plug here at the end. And you help people with that as well. That's awesome. Dude. If you could chop it up for a steak dinner with anyone in the world, and they're coming to you, my man, in Colombia, who are you going to chop it up with today?
Do they have to be alive?
Doesn't matter.
Nelson Mandela. I've always been a fan of Nelson Mandela. I've read his books, and I just think that guy was just what we should aspire to be. Let's just leave it at that.
Right.
What humility and education, and came from nothing. I mean, there's everything there. Do you know what I mean?
100%, dude. 100%. Yeah. And when we're talking about people that have left this earth in such a great way, we all should be admired to want to do the same in our lives, in our own little ways.
I agree.
Some of us are more privileged than others, and so it's we forget that we can do a lot, and So now tell me, my favorite part of the podcast. Where's your favorite place to connect online? Tell them about the website.
Mark Firth Online. That's MARK Firth. Phonetics. I've got a terrible name. Phonetics. F for Freddy, I for India, R for Romeo, T for Tango, H for Hotel. Mark Firth, Firth. Colin Firth, the actor out of Bridget Jones, if you've ever watched that. MarkFirthOnline.com.
Let's go. And you guys, all you have to do is click the show notes, and the link.
They'll be down there.
Brother, I appreciate your soul and energy. You're a great dude as far as a pop entrepreneur as well. And I can feel the love, feel the energy coming from you. And anyone that is on the show today, please take that action. If you're getting held up, clogged, want to get more leads, and also, let's just be real. You need a professional at most of the time to bring in and make this happen. So my brother, continued abundance. And folks, you've been hanging out with my man, Mark Firth, and Travis Too Tall and Huff. We want to thank you again for your time today, and let's keep being real.
What another epic episode. And if you enjoyed the episode today, can you please do me a favor and subscribe to our podcast, The Be Real Show, on iTunes or your favorite podcast platform. And also take a little time today, if you don't mind, and give your boy T Huff a review. I would really super appreciate it. And thank you so much for listening today. Do you want to get featured on podcasts, guys? You can be a guest. And that's right. You have a story, and the people, the good folks at I Love Podcast. That's ILUV podcast.com. Do that every single day. This is a new company, guys, in the space of podcast agency, and they realize a lot of the people in the space are just a commodity, and they don't care. And these folks care. And I literally love Kenny and the team at I Love Podcasts, and they are doing it right for their customers. So you guys can be a guest on a show. ilovepodcast.com. That's ILUV podcast.com. Let's go.